working with the CoCreavatar field, one of the first things I learned was I put into practice with the CoCreavatars team, and especially with grandmother, something I learned with Vibrantly, but had never put into practice so fully, which is it's people over product, people over product. And what that means is we are creating an offering. The easing is a portal unto itself. It is medicine. And sometimes, especially with a shaman at the helm or holding the basket or wherever grandmother is in this oracle field, is it means things look different. And so sometimes someone is editing a piece or writing a story, and the piece, it's actually to support that one person in that one moment for this initiation that they're taking. And of course, the whole fabric of the easing is an offering and is rippling with the cosmic field and having its own impact. But sometimes it's just supporting that one, because where one goes, we all go. And I think that that's one of the greatest things that I have learned working with grandmother and with a team. Where one goes, we all go. And we slow down and shift and focus to work with that one to lift us all up. So that has been profound. And then how do we, it's been profound because I could see it in action with the creation of an e-magazine, it's like I can see it when we're in ceremony, in the lodge and what that looks like there, but to see it in action kind of in the world where we're using words and technology, MailChimp and all of these other things, it's been a different space to practice that. Practicing the balance of professionality and bowing down to being in the space of sacred, and practicing being in a space of counsel, balancing the masculine and feminine in our huddles, and trying to understand how we bring counsel energy into a space of also productivity. Those have been some tremendous lessons, and I've never done it so fully anywhere else beyond the space. And working with the CoCreavatars team and field gives me the confidence to know if we can do it here, boy, we can do it anywhere.
Yes. And
that's been another lesson. Also lessons in boundary setting, working with grandmother. That grandmother is just like in the field and like catching gems, and gems are sparkling off her fingers, and there's like bears in the woods. I don't know, that suddenly we have bear energy and medicine comes in, and grandmother's just like this tremendous portal, and things are shining through her and radiating off like droplets. And then we as editors are kind of at the spider web, and the droplets are coming in, and it's like we how if you look at the spider web, there's a part of the web that shines like particularly bright, and that each spider has a special pattern that's in their web. That's kind of like the editor. We're like looking at that special pattern, and then it's through our eyes and our heart and our being and our own ceremony that pattern then comes to light in our easing. And so the learning of the role of the editor as the seer of patterns is what I've learned. Yeah.
Yes.
That's all. There's probably so much more, but maybe that's good for now. Should I share more? I don't know what else.
I invite you to just take a deep breath and feel what you just shared.
Whew.
And how that has integrated into your life, into the dream you're living now.
And then the other thing, thank you. The other thing that just jumped in is, there's so many things. Of course, all of the work that I've done with grandmother one-on-one, and embracing my moose medicine.
Yes.
And embracing the primalness of the sweat and the blood and the tears and the poop and the, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like and it does matter. It's us, and we're animals, like embracing our animalness and our creatureness, the saltiness of the sweat, like the soil when our body lies on the earth, there's so much more to share actually about the one-on-one transformations I've experienced, but I could just leave it to that. As part of working CoCreavatars is putting into practice the teachings that I've learned and worked with you, grandmother, particularly. And then the other thing is the elders. The new moon messages for the elders has been like my greatest heart gift and calling personally. And it was grandmother that just was like, oh, I guess you're doing this now. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing this now. And we did it, and it's still going, and it's just so tremendously powerful. And that is almost no words for that. Just to sit at the feet of the elders and have the honor of sharing their stories. Greatest takeaway that I've ever been able to do.
Hey, thank you, Miku.
Yeah, for all of our relations. Oh, Mateo.
I am hearing and feeling the beauty of the sparkling spider web, the strength of bear, the groundedness of how all of these teachings from elders around the world have helped shape your ability to bridge worlds, and how you're living that in your dream time now. Your dream time is reality. So how much this heart sphere has impacted your way of being in spaces with people, how you weave the feminine and the masculine, how you balance productivity and product with the human element, that this is just your way of being, and that rooted in this space of CoCreavatars is where it was, I wouldn't say birth, and I also want to honor your unique and your spirit essence knows how to do this. And this is where you felt held to really blossom into that.
Hey.
Oh, thank you.
Grandmother, would you like to offer anything to Miku before she departs?
Sure. Dr. Miku, you know, I feel like I'm responsible for initiating you to Doctora. The Doctora de Más Grande Purificado in Costa Rica, in Pura Vida in Monteverde.
Sí.
Sí, and it's muy importante, and I remember insisting that you call yourself Dr. Miku, and I love that we are calling you Dr. Miku. We are respecting your evolutionary, social, mental, emotional, physiological, energetic, divine evolution, because you really did work to get that PhD title, and you dropped in and received, you know, it's an assault on the senses to be in a sweat lodge with me and with Karen. You know, it really is. I mean, there's no sensory awareness in that sweat lodge, and you dropped in, and that is Más Grande Purificado. That's the spirit rising within, having no personality, no ego. It's not through the eyes or the ears or the nose or the smell or the touch even. It is letting the spirit ride through you. And I honor you. I really, truly do honor you. You are a living example of the answer to our prayers as elders and as teachers, because you are in your mastery and you're consistently showing up in mastery.
Thank you, grandmother. I'll
Hey.
always remember that time in Costa Rica. That always, thank you. 1,000 thank you.
Yeah.